Hello, good afternoon. Here's Steve here, better known as the Headbanging Zulu. I was going to make this film, and I noticed Rennie Holsper had uploaded a film, and I watched that, and I also watched Cloudy's birthday film, Happy Birthday Mate, and so I thought I'd watch their two films first before I shot mine. So now I thought I'd shoot mine. It's really weird weather here in the UK. It's really cold. It's just above zero, and they forecast the coldest week this week, and it looks warm, but it ain't, and they say we could have snow, but I doubt that. But I'm still down south, and I went out record shopping today again. I always go on a couple of free trips because you don't know what they're going to pull out on the shelves. So it always pays to go a couple of times in case any new stuff comes out the stock room. And I've had another great go today at the records, and I've had a couple of good pickups. What I'll do is I'll talk about the ones I want to talk about, but I'll just show, I think everybody else shows sort of the same stuff, and I've got a couple of records everybody's held up, and I'll just hold them up. Rather than leave stuff out, because it wouldn't be an accurate representation of the whole of the things out. So I'll just show them, but there's a couple of records I do want to talk about. Yeah, so that's what I'll do. The first one is an Australian band by the name of Wolfmother Victorious. I wouldn't call them heavy metal, they're like a rock band, and they're pretty decent. I believe this is their fourth album. It's 2016. And I love listening to this band. I've got about 3 or 4 of their CDs, and it's always something I'll pick up. The next pickup was a brand new one. It's Skid Row. I don't know any. I do know about Skid Row. I've got a few of their records on, one of their records on vinyl, and I've got a compilation album of theirs. But I bought this one because it was cheap. And as I say, I'm a big fan of Skid Row. I think they're really good. I know they've got a new singer on that one. I think Sebastian Bach only lasted 1 or 2 albums, if I remember rightly, or 1 album. But I'll give it a spin. Another one I bought was this one, Megadeth, and this is Cryptic Writings. Can't see the date. 97. If I have got the date wrong, it's not because I don't know, it's because my eyes are so bad now and the glasses don't quite cut it. But that's the track listing of that. It's one of these remastered things where you get the extras on and all this stuff. And for the price I paid for it, I decided to pick it up. I like Megadeth. Big fan. I didn't discover them till late, because I'm a massive Slayer fan, as you know. But I sort of came into Anthrax, which you're going to see in a minute, and I came into Megadeth really late. The only criticism I've got on Megadeth records is some of them tend to be too technical for me. I just like sort of the basic thrash, but it's just got too technical. But I do enjoy them. But it's just, you've got to sort of sit down and listen to them now. I can see where he's going. But yeah, this is Dave Mustaine and Megadeth. I'll leave that one to last. That's one of the big pickups. I'm not going to talk about this album, but I bought the CD the other day, Best of Dave Lee Roth, so I bought that. Paid for this album a bit, Anthrax, Persistence of Time. As I say, this is another band I didn't really get into until very late, and I'm trying to sort of get into them now. But yeah, so that's just a quick skim over them items. But the main 2 items I want to talk about, which one? I'll do this one first. This is one for Greg Blackmore Rules, because this one really did my head in, and that's this one. I don't know if Greg's seen it before, but it's a double album. And it got me really confused, because you get tracks like by Whitesnake, Scorpions, Lone Star, plus 5 tracks recorded at the Hammy in '83. Also, you get a double album with the Family Trees. We played this album in the shop because I thought it was one of these albums where somebody does all these albums. But what you get in this album is all the family trees of the bands, all the people, like all the compilation. If you look at the top, you get UFO, and it tells you the dates. Then you get the Scorpions and UF2. It's really good. You got Skid Row, all this, UFO, Whitesnake. It just tells you who was in the band. It's like a big family tree of all the bands. For example, Skid Row 1971 to 1973. You've got Noel Bridgman, Bruce Shields and Paul Chapman, and it's got all this information about the band. It's like UFO number 6. You got Michael Schenker, Pete Way, Phil Mogg and Andy Parker. That was from January 75 to September 75. Then from 75 till July 76 you got Danny Pironell, Michael Schenker, Pete Way, Phil Mogg and Andy Parker, and so on. And it just tells you the life of all the bands. It's like Scorpion 79. You got Francis Bolschotz, Herman Rarebell, Rudolf Schenker, Klaus Meine, Matthias Yabs and Michael Schenker. It's just sort of like a family tree of all the bands, and you just find it really interesting. But we just don't know what to make of this album. If anybody's seen it before, can you please hit me up on the comments below? But here's another look at it, and you just got all the band's family trees, like Wild Horses, Lone Star. You got Whitesnake there because John Lord was on playing, Dave Coverdale, Ian Pace, Mick Moody, Bernie Marsden, then so on, his Scorpions and that. You just got it all there. And yeah, I've never seen this. I don't think you're going to pick up the track listing, but I'll hold it up. You've got a lot of music on it, but it's just a weird, strange album. But it did cost a bit of money, and if you have seen it before or have got it in your collection, please hit me up below, and I'd love to know more about it. But it's a really weird album, but a really enjoyable one. Now, this is the King of the Picks today, and this is Decade of Aggression live by my favourite thrash band, Slayer. This I paid not too much, but paid a bit of money for this, and basically you get the double CD, which is on the Deaf American label. Oh, sugar. And drop the booklet, and you get a lovely 24-page booklet. So that's one of the CDs. It's a double CD pack, and you get all the obviously pictures of the band. You're getting some really good stuff on here. If you're a Slayer, I think I've seen this before, but I've never had it in my. I don't think I'm 99% sure. I've never had this in my collection before. But yeah, it's just an amazing pickup. This is, and I must have walked past it twice as well before I actually picked it up. But it's got some great pictures of the band. But I'm a massive Slayer fan. If you've seen my previous videos, but yeah, it's just awesome there. All really good quality booklet. Yeah, wow, just amazing. Yeah, brilliant stuff. You can't beat it. You got all that stuff on there, and yeah, War Ensemble. That's my favourite one. Hell Awaits. Got some good songs on there. You know, you can't beat it. But I love Slayer. Just pity they're splitting up. But I suppose when you've been in the business 35 years, you know, it's probably time to call it a day. But yeah, that's not CD number 2 on Deaf American. But I paid a tenner for it. But it's worth every penny. I can't wait to see my friend's face light up when he sees that. But I've never seen one of these before. I think I've seen it, but I say it's never got into my record collection before. But it's just Slayer live. I can't wait to scare the neighbours with that when I get home. Plus, you got a limited edition look, and you got the parental advisory explicit lyrics, and it's quite funny really, because I've got a CD at home, Exuma, and it actually a bloke's voice actually tells you. I've never known, if anybody in the VC has come across this, please again hit me up down below. But apparently a guy's voice or a bloke's voice of this record contains explicit lyrics. I never heard it before. Normally they have it on their front cover. They don't actually have a bloke's voice, you know, to tell you that there's lyrics on there that might offend you. Normally you have one of those stickers. But yeah, I'm just really made up to bits to get this one in the collection. Really made up. Anyway, that's probably my last offering before I go home. I just want to say a big shout out to everybody in the VC, and keep the peace, folks, and best of wishes, and you look after yourselves, and I hope the weather gets warmer, and take care, folks. Bye.